Today, 2011 Porsche Panamera. Gotta take the manifold off because we have that coolant line that's underneath there that's getting bad. It's heating up. So just real quick, I decided to do a video on this real quick. You're just gonna lift up, this is a 3.6 liter V6. You're gonna pull that cover off. It's gonna expose the front of the manifold. We're not gonna do anything with there. So these are the covers you have to pull off because you're gonna need the room. This cover here and the right side cover. Very simple. It's T25s here, here, and here. That's down here on top of these coil packs. This right here needs to be removed. This is a T50. It's an aluminum bolt. And on the back side, it's a 5/8. So 5/8 on the back, you're gonna have to put that in T50 here. That'll come off, just put that there. Please, please, please remember when you're done with this job to put this back together because this engine has a lot of torque. And if you don't have every single motor mount that there is on this motor, it is going to shake and it could possibly mess up your, what's that, the transaxle inside. The screw could get loose and you guys could have a vibrating car. Anyways, next thing we're gonna do is attack the front of this manifold. It's T25s or T27s, T30s all the way down. You're gonna have to remove this hose here. So we're gonna first disconnect this hose. Oh! I really don't want to get all these coils taken apart, so gotta squeeze this thing here and lift at the same time. Looks like I'm gonna have to put my finger down in there. And I gotta do this off camera, guys, but this hose is coming off this side and off that side so we can get a better view. This is gonna come off. That looks like a, I gotta find out what socket that is. But we're gonna take this off. Take this off. Take this off. And this hose looks like it just slips off and it'll be able to be put to the side so I won't have to deal with that. Be careful with these hoses, guys, they're brittle. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this off now and we'll be back. All right, guys, so in the product description below, right here in the corner, I'm gonna have the hose you're gonna need. You can use my Porsche discount because I have a dealer's license and resale certificate. If you guys want to do that, that's fine. Just give me a super thanks for this video, or hit me up on Cash App or Venmo, whatever you guys want. Help me out. It would help me out to pay for the lost time for this damage. Anyways, oh, look at that. That looks wonderful. So I got this hose off here. I used a flathead and I just like stuck it in here and I pried left to right and I pulled with my hand and it came off. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and circle this back over because I have access along this side of all my T27, T30 bolts. First thing I'm gonna do here, take this off here. This is just a hose clamp. As you can see, it's not on that tight. Take this off. It's not going to be that simple, guys. It might be. Let's see. Nope. I have to get in there. Loosen it up around the edges. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, guys, I'm going to take some time doing this. Maybe. Yeah, I got to use two hands, guys, so I'm going to take that hose off. Alright, so what I did was I released these two hose clamps here and this one here that were on the ends there, and they went into this Y. And as soon as I did that, now those were inside of this, so I pulled them out on both sides and it gave me the ability to go front to back to remove this off of the mass airflow sensor. So now we're going to disconnect this. Actually, I don't have to disconnect that, but I do need to disconnect the mass airflow sensor off the front here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to looks like T30 or T27, so I'm going to get that now. Alright, guys, so it is a T27. And don't use, there's some things you want to use impact drivers on and some things you don't. Don't use it on parts like this because a lot of these bolts that these companies put in here, especially in the foreign cars, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, they use aluminum, so just the torque, you know, it doesn't take but an extra second to use a manual socket and a wrench. Just try to stay away sometimes from those impact drivers. Sometimes they can cause more damage than you want. God forbid you break one of these screws off, and now you gotta order one of these screws from bolts from Porsche, and they're like $20 a piece. So we're gonna put that up here. Jesus. Put that down here. And of course there's a gasket behind this mass airflow sensor. You don't want to mess that up. And again, guys, this is like the only detailed video that goes straight to this thing on YouTube. I've searched already over it. Haven't seen any. That's why I decided to do the video to help other people out. Help me out, guys. Send me a super thanks. 3 dots, bottom left hand corner, bottom right hand corner of the screen. If you have a YouTube subscription or a YouTube username. All right, we're gonna let this hang. Just gonna put that down there. Take this hose off, squeeze that, pull that out, twist that to the side, pull this off here, clip on there to that. All right, now I want to say I might not have to take this off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that off because we can't get to it. We can't. When I try to pull off this manifold, this thing's gonna hit this. So let's get that socket right there to pull off this thing. All right, guys, 5/16. That took off 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. This baby's just gonna pop right up. Okay. Dang, some nastiness in there. All right, set this to the side. Ooh, we got some problems in this car. Got some coolant mixing with the oil. That's not good. A lot of sludge in there too. Damn. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take out all those T27 bolts and lift up this manifold now. All right, guys. There's 4 bolts on this side, 4 bolts on that side, and gotta disconnect this here. That's disconnected, and then we have one more wire down here on the passenger side. I think it's a clip though. Actually, damn, this one has a hose going to it, so I just disconnected the hose on the bottom, and so there's 2 hoses. This one right here goes on the side of it, and this one on the bottom I'm going to keep on there. So I disconnected this one. This goes on the side of this gray hose tip right there. Now I'm going to pull the bottom. There's a silver clip on the bottom. Somebody keeps calling my phone. Alright, guys, so this is actually my problem here. It's right behind the water pump. This pipe, it was laying like this. That's how it was. And I saw water coming out of it when I filled the hole over there, fluid. So I don't know how to get this thing secure. I hope to God this is not, you know, part of the engine. It looks like it's a pipe that's separate you can purchase. But how do you secure it in the top of this cooling manifold? I'm gonna have to call somebody to ask. Looks like all of my pipes that everybody talks about are all good. The cooling line pipes, I don't have any issues there. These are all good. It's this thing that popped off. So, by the way, that one wire I was telling you about, that's the clip on the bottom of it. That's how you get it out. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to do this because there's nobody online that has done this, and this is a generation 1. 2010, 2011 Gen 1s. In Gen 3, this actually was, this manifold up top here was actually, it held together with they changed the manifold, and this had a bolt on, and the manifold come with this bolted onto it, and then they just attached with the hose clamps to these two hoses. This is what I'm gonna do. 550 high heat. I've cleaned the inside. I sanded it with 600 grit. I sanded this with 600 grit. Cleaned it with alcohol. And I'm going to douse this thing on the outside, just like you would with PVC pipe. I'm going to insert it, and then I'm going to give you updates, and you guys can update. You guys can ask me in the comment section below, hey, how's the Porsche running? Is it still overheating? Is it not overheating? How did the JB Weld hold up? And I'll tell you. And maybe this will be your problem soon. Who knows? All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys, so high heat JB Weld.
Yeah, the trash boy car.
Who's that? Who's got a trash boy car?
Bob.
Mix this up. Mix it up for at least like 30 seconds to 1 minute. And just like you guys do PVC pipe with pipe cleaner and glue, you're gonna wrap this around the PVC pipe and insert it just like pipe cleaner and glue with a regular PVC pipe. I've already cleaned it with alcohol. Now this is JB Weld high heat. Do not use any regular JB Weld because those are only withstand 250 degrees. This will withstand 550 degrees.
Smells like tuna fish.
Yeah, it stinks bad.
Ugh.
Alright guys, so come on over here. This is how we're going to do this. I'm going to put it all up on here like this. All the way around. Boy, it does stink, huh? Whew.
Nasty.
You're going to want to let this dry overnight. Don't let this thing dry and then start running this thing, because you're going to have to come right back in and re-JB Weld it. But I'm not really repairing a crack. I'm just repairing a seal, and that's why I can say that I'm going to use this stuff. And to be honest with you, the stuff that it looked like Porsche had inside of there, that was the residue on the outside, it kind of resembled JB Weld. Alright guys, so here we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and insert this now. Here we go. Alright, we're just going to leave that there overnight just like that. Maybe what I'll do is take the little, and I'll just go over it like this. Just so it can bite some of that metal that I've sanded. The sanded metal, I meant to say. But other than that, so we're getting on the outside and we've got it on the inside. And again, this housing was not broken. That's why I was able to do this. If this housing is broken, you guys got to get this whole new assembly. You got to replace it. You can't fix that with JB Weld. I'm just fixing a pipe. If you look right here at this stuff right here, this looks like JB Weld, and that's still set in there. That's from the factory. These Gen 1s, Porsche Panameras, that's how they came. So, all right. So I'll give you an update on how it lasts. If you guys comment in the section below, please subscribe, send a super chat. Thank you guys. Have a great day.